Let's imagine that it's Thanksgiving. You've just finished your dinner. Now you're sitting down on your couch watching some football. As you start to drift in and out of consciousness, suddenly a wet, slimy object is dropped into your lap. You jump up as fear temporarily takes over. But soon that fear is replaced with laughter as you realize that the slimy, mangled object was just a tennis ball dropped into your lap as a sign that it was time to go outside and play. If this scenario sounds familiar to you, then you've probably spent some time around a Labrador Retriever, a breed of dog that the American Kennel Club refers to as the most popular dog in the world. Having raised 3 labs, this particular breed of dog has a very special place in my heart. That's why today I'm going to go through and talk about 3 basic aspects of daily care for your Labrador. These include feeding, exercise, and grooming your dog. First, we'll talk about feeding. The Proper Care of Labrador Retrievers, a book by Dennis and Pat Livesley, tells us that there are 3 different types of food for 3 stages of dogs. The first type of food is dry food. It tends to be the least expensive of the 3. It also contains the least amount of fat, however, it contains the most preservatives. The second type is semi-moist. This type of food contains a lot of sugar. Dogs tend to like this a lot, however, their owners tend to not like this so much. A diet that's high in sugar can lead to obesity. It can also lead to diabetes. The third type of dog food is canned food. These foods tend to be 60 to 70% water, which means that for what you're paying for, you're only really getting 30 to 40% of the nutrients that would come out of that much food. How much you feed your dog is based on a couple factors. One is the different stages that your dog is in. There are 3. There's the puppy stage, there's the adult stage, and there's the senior stage. Puppy food tends to break down how much you feed your dog based on your dog's weight as an adult. Also, how old your dog is. So if your dog is 4 to 6 months old, it receives a certain amount, and then 6 to 8 months old is another amount. All of these amounts are based on weight, and they can all be found on the back of the packaging for the food. The second type of daily care that I'm going to talk about is exercise. Exercise is essential for both physical and mental health of your dog. The mental health aspect may be the most important. A bored dog tends to find stuff for it to do. If you have a Labrador, the things that your dog will find to do tend to not be the things that you want them to do. They will find something that is expensive or cannot be replaced, or something that will harm them, and they will turn that into their toy or their food. There are different types of exercise. You can take your dog on daily walks, you can run with your dog, you can even swim with your dog. I find the most effective form to be playing fetch. This is great because the dog really gets all of the exercise, and you really all you have to do is just stand there and throw the ball. The third part of the daily care for your Labrador involves grooming. The Kennel Club actually put out a book called The Labrador Retriever. In this book, it suggests that you use a slicker brush, a pin brush, or a metal comb to groom your dog. By brushing its coat, you help to remove dead hair and stimulate the natural oils in their skin. This helps to give your dog a healthy-looking coat. It helps to give it a real nice shine and to prevent your dog from really having to itch itself a whole lot or scratch itself a whole lot. You want to do this daily. One thing that you don't want to do daily is bathe your dog. The shampoos that are used a lot of times damage the oil-producing pores on their skin. Since they have a fewer amount of pores than we do, this can be really bad for them. It can lead to dry skin, an uncomfortable dog, It can also lead to other things like hot spots, which are basically like skin infections that your dog cannot do anything but scratch or bite at. Labradors are my favorite type of dog. If you are ever thinking about getting a Labrador, make sure that you are ready for the commitment that is involved. These three small steps, combined with about 100 other ones, lead into the typical life of a Labrador. You need to make sure that you feed them and give them plenty of water, exercise, and that you take care of their coat as far as grooming. If you are considering getting a Labrador as a family pet, I would highly recommend it. I would also recommend that you go to your local library and find some books on Labrador Retrievers. These are three that I found to help me out with some information for this speech. Most of all, I'd just like to say that I would never ever get a different kind of dog other than a Labrador. I think they're great. Thank you very much for taking your time, and have a great day.